For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Callie Jordan is suing Lauren Rhodes in the amount of $2,500. Ms. Jordan claims she was about to sell an original painting, but her cousin gave it away without asking and says Ms. Rhodes should pay for the loss.
Okay, ladies, I understand you are cousins, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And you, Ms. Jordan, are here suing your cousin, Ms. Rhodes, for the value of a painting that you created that's worth $2,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So tell me what happened, please.
So, Your Honor, I thought that my cousin was my best friend. We had grown up together. We had spent almost every day together at our grandmother's house. We even started a t-shirt company together in college until I learned that she was taking more profit than me, even though we said that the company was 50-50.
Wow.
And I mean, that was my first mistake in dealing with her. And
that sucks.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our grandmother passed away, and it brought us closer together because we were so close with our grandmother. And you know what? She's family. And I was going to forgive her until I found out that she had recently started dating my ex-boyfriend, because that's what family does, apparently.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the $2,500.
Absolutely.
Shall we? I mean, enough of the family dirty laundry.
Of course.
Okay. So what happened?
So I moved to Portland to pursue my art because I had been getting offers and talking to brokers. And I had left my belongings with my ex-fiance, Steven. And when I called Steven to collect my belongings, he let me know that my lovely cousin had taken my belongings.
Did you know she was going to take your belongings?
So originally the plan was for her to collect them, and then we got into a disagreement on the phone, and I instructed her not to take my belongings because she said she didn't want to take them anymore. So
okay,
I said, fine.
So you said, end of story, don't take my stuff.
Correct.
All right. So you believe that they were still at your ex-fiance's?
I did, yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
And then I got an offer to have the painting bought by a collector, and was incredibly...
That was one of the belongings you left at your fiance's?
That is correct.
All right.
Yes.
How long did you leave your property at the fiance's?
It was about 8 weeks, Your Honor.
8 weeks. And he was okay with that?
We had originally agreed on a month, but I hadn't heard anything from him otherwise, so I assumed we were still okay.
You assumed things were... Wasn't that just cutting a little too close? I mean, 8 weeks is like almost 2 months. It's a little bit over 2 months.
Yes, but we were engaged, so I figured that he would still be okay with that, or if he wasn't, he would have communicated that to me.
He would have called you, all right.
Exactly.
So you just had no idea your cousin had it?
Exactly, yes.
All right. So when you knew somebody wanted to buy this one specific painting that you left with all your belongings, you called your fiancé, ex-fiancé, and he said what?
He said, "What are you talking about? Your cousin picked them up a very long time ago."
Okay. And then what did you do?
And then I texted my cousin and asked her if she had picked up my belongings, which she said yes to. And then she let me know that she donated all of my belongings, including the painting, to a local thrift store.
Wow. So why would you do that, Miss Rhodes, if you did not have the authority to pick up her belongings in the first place? Because she said that while that was the idea that floated originally, you guys got into an argument and you said, don't do it, don't pick up my stuff. Do you agree with that?
Well, Your Honor, that's not...
Do you agree with that, yes or no?
I do not agree with that, Your Honor.
So she never told you, don't pick up my stuff?
Correct, Your Honor.
She never told you, do not pick up my stuff?
Correct.
So then what happened?
So what happened was, at the time that she called me to ask me to pick up her stuff, I was driving at the time, and I was speaking to her through my speakerphone. And when we started having a fight, which, by the way, was about the fact that I had told her fiance that she was moving to Portland, which I did not know was a secret. She had
That's
been
still
keeping...
none of your business to share. So, okay, you
it
got
came
into a
of-
fight
right.
because you were nosy and put your nose where you shouldn't have done. I would have fought with you too.
Coming up on Justice for All.
Did you know that she wanted these belongings?
Yes,
You know
I did,
she's
Your
a
Honor.
painter, so you did. You knew she wanted the belongings.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Santa Maria Purissima. Okay.
And later,
Your interview, how much longer was that interview going to last?
Until 11:15. I had
what time did
another
they show up?
interview. So I had one interview that was going on, and then I had another interview that was at 11:15.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Callie Jordan, who is suing her cousin, Lauren Rhodes, for property loss.
So you did. So then you guys were fighting in the car, and
Right.
what did she tell you after you guys were fighting?
So we were fighting. She was becoming quite hysterical. She was raising her voice at me and became unintelligible. So I said, find someone else to pick up with your stuff. And I hung up the phone.
Oh, so you told her, find somebody else to pick up your stuff. So you
Yes.
said, I am no longer picking up your stuff.
However-
So therefore, my assertion was correct. You said, find somebody else to pick up your belongings. So that means at that moment, you said, I will no longer do it. Did she agree to that?
I hung up at that time.
So
and
basically, you told her, I'm not going to do that. So therefore, the moment you said, I no longer find somebody else to do it, that means you no longer have authority to pick up her belongings. Yes, we've all agreed to that. Fantastic. So then you decided that you had the authority and still picked up her belongings.
I texted
Correct?
her very shortly after to let her know that I was going to pick up her belongings. I apologized.
Did she text you back?
She did not, because apparently she blocked me.
I would have too. All right, so she blocked you, but you still felt like you needed to pick up the belongings even though you knew she didn't want to and you said you weren't going to. So how long did you have her belongings?
I had her belongings for a month,
1 month,
Yes.
3 weeks.
4 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Little over a
Let's say 4 weeks. Okay.
Yes.
Did you try reaching her within 4 weeks?
I did. I continued to message her,
Okay.
but she had blocked me on all
Blocked you.
platforms.
Okay. Did you know that she wanted these belongings?
Yes,
you know
I did,
she's
Your
a
Honor.
painter, so you did. You knew she wanted the belongings.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Santa Maria Purissima. Okay. So you knew she wanted her belongings. You had no authority to pick them up, but then you said you picked them up. You knew she wanted her belongings. You tried texting her, but she was ghosting. Did you try texting her mom?
Her
Did
mother
you
and I
try
are,
calling her siblings, her other friends, any other family members that knew where she was?
I did not,
Why?
Your Honor, because I was already going out of my way to do her a favor.
No, you weren't. You were still sticking, your nose was still in the business that it didn't have any right to be in. So you weren't doing anybody a favor. You put it upon yourself that you wanted to do that. Did you call her mother?
Her mother and I are not on speaking terms, Your
It
Honor.
doesn't matter. Did you call your mother and say, I have Callie's stuff. Can you come pick it up because she's ghosting me? Yes or no?
I did not, Your Honor.
Did you call her sister or brother? Do you have sisters or brothers?
I have 3 brothers.
Did you call the brothers?
I was not going to go through that effort for her, Your
Really?
Honor.
You should have. Because what did you end up doing?
I donated them to a local thrift store.
You donated them knowing she wanted to keep her stuff. So you knew and you failed to even try to get somebody else to pick it up. So you did that knowing she wanted her stuff. And then you gave it away. And then you feel you're not responsible. I really don't understand that.
With
So
all
it
due
makes
respect, Your
no
Honor.
sense to me how you can sit here and argue that you're not responsible for the painting of $2,500. Honestly.
Your Honor, with all due respect, if
I hate when
she-
people say with all due respect.
I apologize,
Because
Your
you're
Honor.
about not to respect me, so go ahead.
If my cousin here wanted these items so badly, then why did she make absolutely no effort to get them back?
She had no idea you had them. How was she supposed to call somebody to get her items back when she has no idea that person has her items? You were just like, oh, I mean, it is frustrating. Anything else, Ms. Jordan?
No, that's about it, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Rhodes?
Your
No.
Honor, I would also claim that the painting was not worth that much money.
Do you think I should take your opinion over what art is versus an appraisal that I have that says $2,500?
Your Honor, it's not
Really?
from
The
an actual
woman who does
appraisal.
anything she wants because at the whim of what she wants, you feel that I should take your opinion over an actual art appraisal?
Your Honor, it wasn't actually appraised by an art appraiser.
How do you know? Did you put your nose in when you didn't belong again? Because that's what it sounds like. Do you know the appraisal intimately? Do you know who he or she is? Have you followed them? Do you understand how long they've been appraising art? Did you? Yes? No? Maybe?
Your Honor,
But here's the thing. It doesn't even matter if the appraisal was wrong. Because the fact is they were her things that you knew she wanted. And you gave them away. And when you give away things that are not yours, because technically you stole them, you're responsible for all of them. So based on that, we have an appraisal that's $2,500. I will grant the plaintiff's claim, and I will award her $2,500. This teaches you not to butt your nose in somebody else's business and be more reasonable, okay? With all due respect.
Your Honor, that piece of crap is not worth that much money.
All right.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $2,500.
It is worth that much money, apparently.
Coming up on Justice for All.
So what did you do, Mr. Dales, at that moment?
At that moment, Your Honor, I had to reschedule for them to come back again.
Were you upset?
I was very upset.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Christopher Dales is suing Stephen Pratford in the amount of $430. Mr. Dales claims he let his cousin stay in his ADU while it was under repair and says Mr. Pratford denied contractors access and owes him for their cancellation fees.
Okay, Mr. Dales, I understand that you rented your garage ADU to Mr. Pratford, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you are now suing him for $430?
That is correct.
Okay, what happened?
Well, basically, Your Honor, there's an ADU in the back, and I decided to rent it out, but it needs some work. And so I needed to get the contractors to come and do some measurements. My cousin, who reached out to me and stated that he needed financial help, support, because he was down on his luck. I told him about my ADU, expressed that it needed some work, but you can stay here for $500. We made
That's a deal. Wow.
Yeah.
How was the ADU, the condition of the ADU?
It was livable, but not the best.
It needed some work.
Needed some work.
All right, so you knew he was in the process of getting work done.
Yeah, and I was totally fine. It was a favor, you know, and I appreciate it, you know.
Okay,
And then
all right.
it also gave me a chance to reconnect with my favorite cousin.
The first time the contractors came around, what happened, Mr. Pratford?
I was actually in the process of an interview. I barely had a moment to step away from the interview to open the door. Was never notified. I contacted my cousin like,
What
hey.
did you, so your interview, how much longer was that interview going to last?
Until 11:15. I had
what time did
another
they show up?
interview. So I had one interview that was going on, and then I had another interview that was at 11:15.
You had no idea that the contractors?
No
Okay.
idea.
Coming up,
Obviously, you had time to speak to them, and you had time to tell them, hey, wait 15 minutes until my next break until I figure out what's going on, because I'm on a very important call.
you're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Christopher Dales, who is suing his cousin Stephen Pratford for tortious interference.
So what did you do, Mr. Dales, at that moment?
At that moment, Your Honor, I had to reschedule for them to come back again. And
Were you upset?
I was very upset, but
Okay.
I understood where my cousin was coming from because I did not notify him.
Like now you know what's happening, right? Is that true?
Correct, Your
Did you
Honor.
explain that to him?
Yes.
Okay. Did you reschedule the contractors?
Yes, I rescheduled it for another day, and this time when they came early. They were scheduled to come at 2, they arrived at 11.
Okay. And then what happened, Mr. Prattford, when they came at 11?
So when they came at 11, I was then so during that interview, I actually got the job. I was in a conference meeting, which is my orientation, which I can't really, can't really leave. I didn't have time to leave. So I told them, hey, you guys need to come back later. I'm in a, orientation meeting.
How long was the orientation meeting going to last?
Till 1:30.
You didn't even try to work it out with them? Did you think about doing that?
I immediately text my cousin, letting them know that they came extremely early. And the reason why I kind of didn't have room to try to figure out a way to accommodate them, I was in the midst of a meeting and I wasn't trying to lose the job that I just got.
I understand that. I understand that. But at the same time, obviously you had time to speak to them and you had time to tell them, hey, wait 15 minutes until my next break until I figure out what's going on because I'm on a very important call, right? So, all right, anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. So we attempted to do it once again, third time's a charm. So I scheduled the contractors once again to come out, and my cousin still did not open the door for the contractors.
Did he know they were coming on a Saturday?
Of course.
All right, so you knew the third time that they were going to be there at a
I knew
specific
the third
time?
Yes.
And then what happened the third time?
The third time, I don't have an excuse. The third time was totally my fault. But at the same time, I'm prepping on moving because literally the 30th is 2 days away from the first, which the first is when I moved out. So I'm literally packing and doing all of my things.
That's called grown-up life.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
So then you are suing Christopher for $430. So they charged you for $215 for that Saturday, a cancellation fee.
That is correct.
So you're suing for that, and you're suing for the cancellation fee that second time, when they were supposed to show up at 2 and they showed up at 11.
Yes.
It's reasonable that you showed up an hour early, maybe an hour and a half early, whatever, that's fine. But to show up 2 hours early, 3 hours, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 hours early is not reasonable. So it is my finding, this court's finding, that we will grant the plaintiff's claim in part only for one of the canceled appointment fees that the contractor has charged Mr. Dales, which is $215. So based on that, we will grant your claim in $215. All right, good luck, gentlemen.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $250.
Justice was served.
No,
Thank you
it
so
wasn't.
much
No,
for coming
it
out.
wasn't
You know,
served.
hey,
Justice was not
cousin,
served.
come on. I'm still older than you.
Being petty. You're being petty.
No.
That's-
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.